I still have a dream.
The country is supposed to be based on that. Democracy, freedom, justice, equality, and all that stuff that they teach us in school.
To come out and vote.
Hello everyone, this is Youth Voice 2009.
Youth Voice 2009.
Hello, New York City, and welcome. We are broadcasting from Manhattan Neighborhood Network, and this is the Youth Channel's special coverage on local politics and discussions on issues that are important to you. My name is Larry Cerpas, and this is Youth Voice 2009. I'll be your moderator for the evening. Youth Voice 2009 is about letting you know what we, the youth, think about issues concerning youth participation in politics. On this show, we would like to focus on local politics. Later, we'll be joined by a panel of youth voices who join me right here from around the city that will talk about the issues in politics that young people are most concerned about. Also, stick around with us because throughout the program, there will be a special performance from citywide acclaimed artist T Breezy and local election updates from Jose Serrano and some on-the-street interviews with college students so that you can hear their voice on the matter as well. So right now, we're going to give the mic to T Breezy. T Breezy, take it away.
T Breezy, beat 3 on the beat.
Yo,
Yeah.
hold on.
Where you swag at? Huh? Where you swag at? Mine right here. Look, it go check, check. I got my swag on deck. What? Swag on deck. Swag on deck. Let's go. Check, check. I got my swag on deck. What? Swag on deck. Swag on deck. Yes, I do. I got my swag on deck. What? Swag on deck. Swag on deck. Yes, I do. I got my swag on deck. What? Swag on deck. Swag on deck. I just roll out the bed, lazy with no power. Mama got me drained, I've been putting it in for hours. Popped up, no privacy when I'm in the shower. Fresh Prince, so royal, I'm walking on flowers. When I wake up to a model, train to go. Twins at that, take them down, couldn't stand the blow. No Harlem, Hollywood, the capital. Young Renaissance, I spit it geographical. This how I do it, when I do it, time to prove it, get into it. Hold up, throw on the Flintstones, yabba dabba good. My ears go bam, bam, peppers on my wrist. Calf stretch like a long neck. Dinosaur, let's go. Check, check. I got my swag on deck. What? Swag on deck. Swag on deck. How I do? Check, check. I got my swag on deck. What? Swag on deck. Swag on this. How I do? I got my swag on deck. Let's go. Swag on deck. Swag on deck. This is how I do. Huh. I got my swag on deck. Swag on deck.
Now, before we move into talking to the panelists about some issues concerning youth and political awareness or activity, here's a short clip of what some college students from John Jay and Fordham University have to say about what they feel involvement in local politics is crucial. Check out this clip and we'll be right back.
Let's bring them on, ladies and gentlemen.
Do you think it's important to be involved in local politics?
I think it is important because it's like where you live in your locale, so it's like you want to really vote for something that you feel affects you. It affects you the most. It's where you're living. Right.
Yeah, I do, because most of the stuff that will really bother you and will actually directly affect you immediately is stuff that local politics and people involved in local politics will control.
Because this is my city, and we all have to work together to make it work properly, and the way that the average citizen can do that is to vote and be involved in local politics.
It's one of the standards of like the United States for us to be, involved in local politics, especially as like a younger person, is definitely important because once you get older, what happens in local politics really does affect you and how like everything runs around you.
It's your community, so it's what you make of it. If you don't want to be a part of it, then you can't say anything when things go wrong.
Welcome back to Youth Voice 2009, and this show is about local politics, and we are here with our lovely panel today. Now, we just watched some young college students' views on why it's important to be part of local politics. Last year, as we all know, was one of the biggest elections for youth voters with the Obama-McCain election. What do you feel was the reason the youth took such a dominant stand in last year's presidential election?
Thanks, Larry. I think that the reason why youth played a major part in this election There were a few reasons. First, Obama is one of the youngest presidents, or at that time the president-elect, that we had seen in a very long time. I think Kennedy was one of the other younger ones, but that wasn't in our generation. So that really brought people out to vote. Also, it was a historic election. I mean, you had the first black president or candidate who had advanced that far in the field. So that was another thing. But then also people were just tired and they wanted to change. They wanted to see something different. And Obama brought that. He was a breath of fresh air. McCain was something of the old. He kind of resembled a lot of the same policies that George Bush did. So that's part of the reason why a lot of people, younger people, came out to vote, I feel.
And I also feel that I agree with what Lamont said. The reason why the youth came out to vote this past elections last year was because we felt connected to Obama. Mm-hmm. We felt that he was speaking directly to us. Yeah. You know, so it is very important for us to now take action into what candidates we choose locally, because those are the candidates that affect us directly to our homes, directly to our neighborhood, directly to our schools, because directly to the money we spend in school. So it's definitely important for you guys to make that decision. It's up to you, okay?
I definitely concur with your ideas. I mean, the reason why many youth within the U.S. participated in the last year's presidential election was because it was a historical moment, and the fact that his slogan, "Yes, we can," is very, very effective. And the fact that this momentum certainly did not diminish, because you can see that young generations have been inspired by his success, and it still lives on.
Just adding on to what everyone said, I also think that many youth participated in last year's election because of what happened in the second term when Bush was elected. They felt that their voices were not heard, or that they weren't participated enough, so that they wanted to make a change, and they realized, if we want people who we want to be elected, be there and represent us, we need to take charge and participate in the elections.
I just wanted to add one final thing. I think that the reason why this probably of all, why it was so successful, is because this election was about us. They gave the Obama campaign made it our campaign. It made it ours. Even if you contributed $5, a couple of dollars, that's what made it really effective for young people, because they got involved in the fold. They were brought in.
And for the New York City election that's happening, do you think momentum was as good as last year's presidential elections?
Well, I feel that our candidates this time, they're not reaching out to the youth this time. I feel that most of the thing we see that the candidates are doing now is batching at each other, taking out dirty laundries. And we're not here to hear their dirty laundries. We're here to see the changes you're willing to make for our community. And we're not here to see who did a bad job. And what we're here to see who's willing to do a better job for the city.
The campaigns on a national level and on a local level are much different. I mean, you can't even compare the two. Something that really is astounding is, in a presidential election, you'll have 1 million people, 2 million people, 500,000, depending on which state you're looking at, vote during these elections, which is still dismal. But here on the local level, if you look at city council, for instance, city council districts consist of approximately 160,000 voters. Of that 160,000 voters, if you look at the past primaries back that occurred in September 2009, probably 7,000, 6,000, 5,000, 9,000 people vote in these elections. So that's a huge number, and it's pretty pathetic. I think that a lot of people need to get out and see more. It's the politician's job as a potentially elected official to get out there and get himself or herself known and heard. But at the same time, it all doesn't rest on them. It rests on the people who are spending their tax dollars. Tax dollars are taken from them. We didn't even give tax. Tax is taken from us. To get out there and see what candidates are out there and available, because we have some good ones and we have some that just aren't so good, that use their money to get into office.